Welcome back. So, Happy New Year, Happy 2023. And with the new year, I'd like to kick off this year on the channel with something new. The last few things that we've done on this channel have involved building a pipe bending stand, losing a lot of footage and cutting some PVC. It's not exactly how I wanted the videos to go last year, but that's just the way that the cookie crumbles with footage sometimes when you store stuff in the wrong place and then delete it. So that's what you get. As you can see beside me, we've got a pile of parts sitting here on the bench with some tyres and wheels, a frame, a box of stuff here, and a heavy cardboard tube. So I guess if you guess right this year that the next build we're going to do is a go-kart. So just run you through what we've got here, and then we'll go over to the bench and take a look at what we've got going over there. This is probably not going to be a long video, but just to be a bit of an update for the year, to start off the year with a video, and just to let you know what's going on in the garage, what we're going to be up to, and what we have planned. So over here we've got some front and rear wheels. Now for the front wheels I have some cadet tyres, and for the rear wheels I have some front tyres. I plan on doing stretch all around, so all the wheels have the drift stretch look, so it should be pretty cool. Just waiting for my tyre tongs to turn up so I can make that a little bit easier to mount the wheels. For 8 years I've been fighting to get tyres onto wheels, and I just found out that you can get tyre tongs to mount go-kart wheels and do it in a matter of a few minutes, so we're jumping on that bandwagon and we're going to be doing that. Right, pop these aside. So, this block's got the rear axle, so we're going for a solid rear axle. So we want to do skids and drifts, and with the stretched rear wheels we should be able to slide PVC on the back should we need, and do some skids. And a box of tricks here, we've got a steering wheel so we can go around corners. Brake pedal, but I don't think I want to use that one, got other plans. Right, so the plan is for this one, don't really want to use the steering that's on there because I already had this one set aside for another build. So kind of wanting to go with the rack build. So got a steering rack, shaft, selection of steering arms. So not really sure what I'm going to go with yet. I've got to decide what I want to make work. So got two sets to choose from, so we can make one of these work to make the steering work. So we can make sure that we can pull this bad boy up. We're going to have hydraulic rear brakes, so no point in making it go if we can't make it stop. So that's the plan. Going to have disc brakes on the rear. So if you look closely, this doesn't quite fit on there, but with one of the new tools over on the bench over in the back out there, we're going to make this fit to that, and that can bolt onto the axle. So I want to put a keyway into this so I can put it onto the axle and bolt it on rather than weld it on. So got some new tools coming so we can learn some new skills. Rear hub so we can bolt those wheels on, it's going to be pretty important. Right, what else in here? So, front stubs. Want to make this thing turn corners, so got some nice beefy ones that we bought on Facebook Marketplace. So, want to make sure that this thing can turn and do its thing, but we want everything to be pretty strong. So, those will do the job. Some bolts to make those stay on. Alright, in the box here we've got some flanged axle bearings. I'll bolt onto here with the rear axle going through it. Should work quite well. Never used those before, but I guess we're about to find out what they're like. Seen heaps of other guys on YouTube using those, so it should be pretty good. Oh yes, so the other end of the steering. The old go left, go right selector. Yep, that'll be good for it. Right, we can fix that. Yeah. Got some bolts to make the axle stay on, some washers. And most importantly, chain and a sprocket carrier. So this should be most of the stuff that we need to get this thing going. And of course, there we go. A seat. So I have somewhere to plunk my bum. Now, over here we have a bit of a space going on. There's a bit of an empty space in the chassis. So let's go check out what we're going to put here. Alright, and we're back. So we've come over to the bench here and we've got this little fella over here. So this is a Lifan 6.5 horsepower engine that I picked up from the scrapyard and was getting thrown away on a water blaster. So I thought, well, you know, I'll have that. So we picked that fella up and yep, she runs, 3 pulls, off she went. So got a few boxes over here. What have we got in the boxes here? We've got a Mikuni carb. So that should be quite good. Make it go a little bit nicer. What else? Steel head gasket. Up that compression a bit. Alright, what else have we got here? Camshaft. So yep, that should be pretty good. That's a part number. So that should be pretty good. Hopefully that'll fit my engine side case, otherwise we'll just have to do what I did last time when I built my mini bike engine. We'll just have to turn it down a wee bit, but that's alright. Alright, what else we got here? So, a racing spark plug, 22-pound valve springs and some 4-degree timing offset keys. So that'll be good. Adjust the timing for the new flywheel that we got. Oh yeah, billet rod. So that's going to help us once we rip out that governor, take the standard flywheel off. This help us send the RPMs to the moon. And in here, aluminium flywheel. So once we take that governor out and we've got that steel flywheel in there, that becomes a bit dangerous. So we're going to slide this fella in there and this will make it a bit better for us. And because we're going to have all those extra pressures and stuff like that, we've got an aluminium catch can. So just waiting for that one. Got to have an air filter turn up for that. Waiting for the chain tool to turn up for the 420 chain. As you can see on the side here, we're going to be running a clutch with 420 chain. So waiting for that to turn up, and I forgot to order an inlet manifold for this, but that's already on its way. So got one here I can use. So all in all, once this engine's stripped apart and back together, we should be able to get around about 7,500 RPM out of this. So I'm expecting about 12 to possibly 15 horsepower, which isn't too bad for a 6.5. So a few goodies here on the bench, so just letting them sit together and get acquainted with each other, and yeah. Rightio, so this was my new purchase for the year. Last year I decided that there's things that I wanted to do, and to do those things I needed to get myself a little lathe. So this is what I ended up picking up. So I've changed a few things on it because it didn't come with a couple of the things I wanted. So the first thing I changed out was this fella here. Got sick of using the key chuck, so that was a bit of a pain. So that was one of the first things I changed. And just finished putting a new chuck on it because I found out that the chuck I had didn't have inside and outside jaws. So these jaws here can clamp on the inside here and on the inside of there, but I wanted some jaws that could clamp on the outside of things. So this one came with both sets of jewels, so I'll be able to use both of those sets of jewels to do things. And then going to be using this one with mainly carbide tips. I'm only learning at the moment, so I'm not the best machinist out there, but I can turn things and, you know, take my time and get things done. But we're all about learning here in the shed, so, you know, she's a bit of fun, and I always wanted to get into turning metal, so this is the chance that we have. So yeah, really enjoying getting into lathing and things like that. So got a few things going on in the shed, so, you know, it's a good thing to get us started. So just wanted to take you down the back of the shed and show you some other things that are going to be coming up, so we can have a look at some other projects and things that I want to get done as well. So I really wanted to have this one as a start off for the year fresh, so we can start off a new project and you can see me do the whole thing as I fumble my way through the different things and come across all the challenges and try and overcome things that I don't know how to do. But, you know, that's what it's all about for me, is just trying to do things that are a little bit outside my comfort zone and then try and learn and better my skills. So let's go flip this around, look down in the shed around here. So over here we've got this little unit. So I spent a couple of years building this fella up. So this is my first attempt at building an engine. So seems to go alright. It's taken for a shakedown run, and seems to go alright, and needs one more heat cycle before I can take the braking oil out and then put the proper oil in and give it a good thrashing. It's got a hot cam and stuff like that. I made a few mistakes when breaking it in, but that's all part of the learning process in the shed here. So now that I've done it the wrong way the first time, I can do it the right way next time when I break in the go-kart engine. But not really liking this carb so much. It's nice and black and matches the engine, but she's a little bit hard to start, so we're going to swap over to the old VM22 style carb that we've got over there for the go-kart. So got another one of these sitting in the box, and that's going to go on here with this, the old adapter, and then something else that this fella needs. Gone and bought myself a kickstand. So ultimately somewhere around here I'm going to up the side there, probably over there, but we're going to have a little kickstand on the side there so I can set this fella up and then pop her on the stand and we can leave it to it. So that should be pretty much it for that. Once the kickstand goes on, then I can tear it all down and give it a paint up. But I'm pretty pleased with the way this has turned out. She was just a cheap bike I bought on Facebook Marketplace, so a little bit nicer to ride with the shocks. And then we've got this little fella over here. So this is just a little 50cc kids quad, but most people seem to think this is a little bit bigger than what it actually is. She's actually pretty small, and when you sit on it you can get the full thing for what it is. So it's not actually a 6.5, it's only a 4 horsepower engine on this because she's little, real little. So it's had bigger valve springs put in it, the governor delete. No aluminium flywheels, I couldn't get one for it. She's got a Chinese chin koonie on the side of it there, so it makes it go alright. And what else have we done to this? It's got a muffler on it and 30 thou shaved off the head, so and a little bit of port work. So it should go alright. But for size reference, just so you can get a bit of a look on how small this little thing actually is. I'll turn the camera around a bit. Whoops. Turn it around like that. So yeah, she's pretty little. So I've tried to keep it as stock looking as possible. But we've definitely got the wheelie bar on the back there because we don't want it sticking up in the air and throwing me off the back and taking half my back off on the road. Quite like my back where it is, so hopefully the wheelie bar should help it kick up. We yet to take this for a second shakedown, so first shakedown wasn't the best. Found out that the steering was rubbish, so I've changed the steering. The chain kept on kicking off, so fixed that with the chain tensioner. Had no brakes, so seem to have more than none at the moment, so that's a good start. and I can't remember what else, but I think I've got everything ready to take this out and give it a throttle. So if you'd like me to post some videos of taking these out for a thrash, this and that out for a run, let us know in the comments. So these are some fun things that I've built in the past. Obviously I don't have any footage of these being built, but you know, don't mind putting them on the channel. It's a bit of fun, some things I've done in the past, and even take out the motorised truck there for a bit of a fang. So yeah, let us know. Right, well, so that's a bit of an update about what we've got going on in the garage at the moment. So should be a bit of fun while it's going. There's going to be a few challenges that I need to overcome here. Not really sure how I'm going to do a few things, but that's all part of the fun learning process. So been sitting down and thinking about this one for a while. I've had this frame in the shed kicking around, so now that I seem to have about 95% of the parts, I think it's time to kick it off. So probably going to start off with the first video building the engine. So that's actually quite a lot of fun, and I don't mind doing that. So see how that goes together. I'll probably just steal the carb adapter that I have for the mini bike for now, because I don't want to put that carb on just yet. I'd like to finish breaking that in so we can steal that adapter and put it on the go-kart engine, and then when the new one turns up I'll pop the carb off the mini bike. So might even make a video of swapping the carb and making the bracket for the kickstand for the mini bike. So I'd like to get that out and start putting some time in the seat on that. Had a lot of hours building that. It took me 2 years, 8 months and 11 days, so a little bit longer than anticipated, but that's just how it is when you're working, family and things like that. So you've got to have your priorities where they are. I'd like to spend more time in the garage, but you know, just going to do it as I can and when I have time. So the videos may be sporadic as they have been, but try and upload when I can, so hopefully get some progress going on and get my bum in the seat of this thing and do some skids. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next video.